So hello everyone and welcome back for another race week in GT1 here at FTRL in association with Bristol Street Motors with Accelerate. This is week 2 of our GT1 Championship, and as of Wednesday we had week 2 of GT3 round Blue Moon. Yesterday was the first endurance race of the season at Dragon Trail Seaside, and for the GT1 boys this evening we are at Deep Forest for their first endurance week. For the endurance races you've got 45 to 50 minutes roughly in the races, and you've got a 15-minute qualifying. And for the season's races, once again I am joined by FTRL Blue Flag. Good evening.
Evening Zach, evening everybody.
Are we looking forward to this?
I am, yeah. The longer endurance races always give us opportunity to see maybe a bit of a mixed up result, strategy and stuff like that, playing in longer races, more opportunities for mistakes to be made.
Yeah, it's going to
could be a lot of fun.
It's going to be very interesting. I think we have we were talking very briefly before we started the stream actually about the fact that it is Group 2 cars. Now, you have raced in Group 2 a long time ago. I think it was one of the first few seasons of GT.
Yeah, if I'm right in saying it was I think our third season. Bear in mind we're now on 21, so yeah.
I have never raced. Actually, maybe I have once. I think we've done one of the Nations Cup. I think we may have done Group 2. But other than that, I have absolutely zero experience, and I don't think I've ever commentated on Group 2 races either. So this is a bit of a step in the dark for me as well. Group 2s are kind of just a step up from Group 3, so they are a little bit. Group 4s are very easy to drive. Group 3 is a little bit more twitchy, they can be, and I think Group 2 is kind of just stepping it up a bit more. They can be quite twitchy on the power, I believe. But
yeah, they're a bit more aero dependent as well, so sometimes being at a higher speed you get more of that aero effect, so they can be a little bit more difficult to control at lower speed. So yeah. corner exits are going to be lively.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be an interesting watch. Good evening to everyone in the chat. Make sure you are liking the stream. We've already got Unsafe. Good evening, Unsafe. We've got Jonesy. We've got City Posh Blue, who I'm thanking for last night. He's the only one that predicted I was going to win. So it's City Posh Blues. That's why I won last night. It's City Posh. First time City Posh has been in the chat for about over a year, so I nearly died when I watched the stream back. So good evening, City Posh again. Hopefully we see City Posh back on the track. He was always a very, very nice person to race, so fingers crossed we'll see him back shortly. We've got Royston, who had a good week again on Wednesday. We've got Mikey, Derek as well. We've got Homer, who had a good week as well yesterday night. If it wasn't for a wee bit of tyre wear, Mikey would have been, Homer would have been right up at the sharp end, and I'm pretty sure he'd been a very, very difficult person to get past. And I got Fever as well in the chat. So good evening to everyone. Make sure you're liking the stream. We've got over 20 people watching already. We've got qualifying coming up shortly. Just made the stream go live a little bit early, so we're already prepared for quality. Now, Deep Forest, what do you know about it, Si? Because I've not really done much racing around here, so I think you've done more than me around here.
Yep, so we had a go at this last season in GT2. So it's one of those GT fictional tracks. So not one of our real ones, but yeah. It's a fun little circuit actually. Got this massive back straight through the tunnel down towards
humongous.
It's such a long straight. You've got massive heavy braking zone at the end of it for a first gear hairpin in these things. Traction out of that's going to be crucial tonight, and then you get another long drag. It's flat out, even though there's a couple of kinks in it across the finish line down into turn 1, which in this is probably going to be another heavy brake down to probably third, maybe second gear.
Yeah, I was thinking about second, third. Yeah.
And you've got that sort of tight, twisty bit through the middle.
Kind of inspired.
Yeah.
That looks very tricky. I'll be honest.
I say it was good fun to do in a Group 4 car, so I can only imagine what it's like to do in one of these.
Yeah, I've been watching Ross do it actually at the moment coming for this, so you get to see, but it does look very. I mean. It looks exciting, but I think if you get it wrong, you're going to get it wrong. Doesn't look like you're going to see it.
I think where we was expecting last night in GT2 a lot of death chicane incidents, I think we may be getting a couple through that tunnel section. Yeah.
And in fairness though, last night actually, to be honest, it wasn't actually the death chicane that caused it. It was the curve at the exit of the first chicane in the start of the lap. So there we go.
Oh yeah, that's it. It was either the curb on exit or it was that crest.
Yeah.
On the apex of turn 3.
Strange. Sometimes the corner you think is going to be the most trouble actually isn't, because people take so much care kind of go round that part of the circuit that they kind of make a mess of another part of the circuit.
That's it. You underestimate how dangerous another part is.
Yeah, Ricky, we have got one new driver to have a wee eye on this evening. We've got a replacement, and we've got the Japanese Toto Wolff. So that's something I never thought I'd say. But yeah, we've got Japanese Toto Wolff, so that'll be interesting to see how he gets on. So far he's P5, obviously we're not qualifying yet, but he's had a reasonable start. So we'll get to see how he's going to do. But Japanese Toto Wolff, that'll be an interesting one to watch though.
Yeah, I wonder if he's going to hammer his dashboard in frustration.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting that he's actually is he actually in a Red Bull car?
He is in a Red Bull car. Yes.
It's called Toto Wolff, so that's interesting. Yeah, I don't imagine seeing Toto Wolff in a Red Bull anytime soon. I'll be honest. Good evening, Peatman, Carl, and Joker. Joker and Carl both racing last night in Pagani's team, so I'll be shouting on Pagani this evening. And who is with Pagani again? Who's in Pagani's team? Is it Lee? That's it. I was trying to remember. I couldn't remember who it was. Good evening, Fat Dane as well. And there's Aaron as well in the chat. Best of luck to him. See how he gets on. On 6 foot nose, I know that is so not right. What a comment that is. Right, well we've got obviously keep an eye on the team championship as well. I think it is BWT who is currently leading. We had a good night last night though, the Braun boys, so keep an eye on them as well. We've got Tom and Ross for that. That is the top two. You've got Witchell and Pine, and then it's T. Smith and Ross. So they are your top two teams at the moment. Obviously, Tom actually didn't win a race last week, which is unbelievable. But as we both stated, Tom...
Something that we haven't said for a while is Tom didn't win a race last week.
No. But as we did say, Tom is very good at endurance races. What Tom's biggest kind of positive when it comes to races is fuel and tyre wear. So, what do you think of T. Smith's chances? Can he get the race over Witchell, do you think?
Well, that's the thing. We haven't actually seen what Witchell's capable of in a endurance race scenario. I think we've only seen him in sprint races so far. Mm-hmm. So, from a Witchell perspective, we know that the outright pace is there. That's undeniable.
Yeah.
It'd just be interesting to see if he's got the other attributes in his locker to keep Tom honest, because we know how good Tom's been in the past in this type of race. He'd always pull something out of the bag and end up a mile down the road and everyone's scratching their heads wondering how the hell's he done that.
I mean, there's been quite a few times that's happened. I remember over there when Tom's looks to be struggling and he comes out and gets pulled by 2.5, 3 times and you're like, excuse me, thought we're struggling. So I mean, you can never ever rule Tom out. And I say Tom was thrilled last week with what he did. I mean, he had a really solid week even without winning, which is one of the big things with the way the championship's been set up this season, is that it's possible to get a really, really good result in an evening and not win a race in the sprint weeks, because there are so many ups and downs in the middle race. You can finish with P9, P10 having won the first race, so it's all more about consistency than outright results, I would say. Qualifying is starting.
Yep, so as with last night, we've got 15 minutes of qualifying. The guys have had to go out on the tyres that they want to start the race on, and I think everyone's gone out on a set of mediums apart from Pine and I saw 2 sets of softs when I was scrolling through the game.
I believe it's only Pine.
No, I think it is only Pine.
Yeah, looks it. A good spot. So Pine is the only one at the moment that's going to be starting on softs. Unsafe side Graham, but it looks...
I thought I saw Graham on softs, but I'm looking at him now and he's on mediums.
Yeah. Mikey's saying that Pagani is his bet. He's been sounding very fired up this week. Oh, that'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, fired up Pagani's a dangerous prospect, yeah. And like Mikey says, he will be fired up after what happened to him in race 2 last week.
Yeah, that was a kind of glitch, wasn't it?
Just a couple of 100 metres or so from a race win, and some sort of connection glitch put him into the pit wall.
Right, okay, well, there's only one person we can watch for this lap, and it is Pine, as the rest are coming in all of an SPY. Oddly, he's going to do a lap in medium, just get me banker in. But Pine, do you want to take us through this lap?
Okay, so into turn 1, hold on the brakes to second gear, get on the power as early as you dare, try and keep the back end in check. Now you've got a tricky little chicane. You want to be careful with the left hand side here, those little sausage curbs will unsettle the car. Get as close to the wall and exit as you can. Down into second gear, you've got to be very patient, waiting to get on the power through the tunnel. Little downshift for this kink. And again, it's all about corner exit here, as it's now a full throttle drag down to the hairpin at the end of this straight. You want to take as much speed down here as you can get.
And that's all flat out through here?
You are flat all the way down to the braking zone for this hairpin. You go to top out at about 170 all the way down to 40 miles an hour.
Ooh, that's that's sketchy on the power there.
Yep. And as quick as that, that's a lap over.
And what are we getting here? A 121? 20? It's a 20.5. There we are. So we've got SPY in the background. He is going to be slower as he is on the medium tyres. So Aaron is going to be the first to have a lap on the soft, other than Pine. So we'll have a look at what he can do in relation to Pine. It is going to be a lot about traction around here. It's probably going to be the most important thing, is just how you can get on the power. I know Pine actually made that look fairly straightforward, but it does look very sketchy through this sector here with these S's. It just looks like at any moment that car can just turn around. It looks like it's on rails.
I mean, the on-board I had with Pine out of that hairpin at the end of the long straight, that is going, I think that's probably the crucial corner for corner exit.
Yeah. Well, good evening, man. So get your predictions in for race 1. At the moment, we've got a couple of people saying Pagani. Mikey also saying T. Smith for the podiums. I really look at a very nice exit then, a wee bit neater than Pine, that hairpin there. City Posh, so it's the exact same as yesterday night. It's 15 minutes for quali, and then it is a 40 lap race.
40 lap race.
40 lap. Yep. I was right there. 40 lap race, which will be about roughly an hour long-ish. So exactly the same as last night, basically. You can only use one set of softs. Right, we've got Ishmael in P5, Will in P4, Witchell's in P3. He's actually a little bit off T. Smith. Pine is comfortably actually got provisional poles. He actually improved on his next lap. He got 20.2, so he improved by just over 2 attempts. And he's purple again.
He's purple on this lap. Yep.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Well, let's have a look at Tom behind. He is in P2 at the moment. I'd say it is a 15-minute qualifying, so you've got plenty of time. It's only a short lap, this one, 1 minute 20, so you can get 7-8 laps probably in here.
And they're only going to get quicker with the fuel burn.
Exactly. Well, apparently on this lap, so this is not going to be good. Are you making a reappearance anytime soon, City Posh? Please say yes. Ishmael MP5 still. What's he going to do on this race? Witchell 20.5. He's just beating T. Smith there at the moment. 20.7 for
Tom Pips. Tom had pipped in for second, and Chubbs has now gone second.
Yeah,
so.
I noticed that there. Chubbs, he had a difficult week last week. I think he was not feeling great, wasn't he? Which I think played a part in that. So he's back to his best by the look of it. Graham in P6, 20.9. Got a lot of people in the 21 flat. Pagani's in a 21 flat as well. Who knows? Question mark from City Pot. Cryptic. I like it.
Teasing us.
Pagani then, let's have a look as he slaloms his way through the S's. Let's go on board, let's see how he does on the traction here on the exit. Remember, make sure you like the stream, as we've got well over 20 people watching, nearly 30 people watching. You should give that stream a little like, it does help us out a lot. So we've got Pagani coming down the tunnel, and he is miles up, over half a second. This is on course for top 3 at the moment. Needs a good exit here. He's got Pine in front of him. Don't know if he got a very good exit there at the last corner. But
well, yeah, it was interesting. His gears, it was interesting his gear selection there.
I thought it just didn't feel 100%, did it? Yeah, I think he did lose he's lost 3 attempts or something. I'm not a pro in GT Group 2 cars, I've got no idea, but it just didn't look as good. Good evening, Goy. That's Total Wolf up to P7. That's a good lap from him. Graham in P8, still got Lee in P9. I've got SPY is down in P14, but he was setting his times on the medium, so he was getting a couple of bankers. We've got Biggles in P13, Ross down in P12. I'm not sure Ross has fully shown his pace yet, to be honest. There's a lot of people very, very close together. If you look from Lee, Ross is only actually 300ths behind, and that's 4 places. That's between 4 drivers: Lee, Panda, Ishmael and Ross. So very, very tight. Will's actually 2 tenths up for the first 2 sectors.
Yeah, Ross does tend to like to build up to his ultimate pace in qualifying.
Will looked very clean at the end there. Oh, T Smith 30.3, 2 is that 1,000 quicker than Witchell? Oh no, it's Witchell's 1,000 quicker. Sorry. Will he's lost time there in that last corner. I'm not sure if the tyres are giving up in that last corner now. Quite a few people. That last corner was proving a bit trickier.
Yeah, I mean, you said how tight it was at the bottom between like Ross up to Lee. I'm just looking at the top 4.
Well, yeah, 10th. Very tight. 4,000s at the top as well. Yeah, this is going to be very, very tight. Pine still out there, starting on that soft. So maybe that starting on that soft is giving them that bit of confidence quicker than anyone else.
Potentially, I mean, and if he can stay where he is, he should have clear road at the start of this race and possibly be able to pull himself an early lead. If you know.
Yeah,
if
exactly.
buts and maybes, if he can stay there for the remainder of this quali session, he's got just over 5 minutes to hold on.
Witchell's in the pits, and so is Ishmael, so they are getting rid of those tyres. T Smith's going for another lap there. 20.2 he set, but Captain Chubbs, there's Chubbs, 20.1. Are we going to get into the 19s? What do you think? 19s? Is it possible?
I think it's possible.
Long to go. Ross improves very slightly, but only by just under a 10th. So a lot of people are going to be coming out of pits. I think Ross might. Most people come into the pits at the end of this lap, you'd think. There's Aaron, who's a 10th up through sector 1. Oh, he's caught it, but that's not going to be helping his lap time there. Sean taking a wee while to get up to speed as well. He's in a 20.9 as well. Very, very quick. You can hear the cars just any point wanting to just spin. It's like, I'm just glad I'm not wasting
the tyres letting go.
Yeah, you can literally hear them screeching, like, please help. Yeah. Rather them than me, I'll be honest. This last corner, downhill, it looks very tricky.
Right, yep. Right. Here come a raft of final tyre changes then. Chubbs, yeah. Tom, Pine.
Aaron on his last laps, and he's not improved. Ishmael's he going to improve? He doesn't. Witchell, he is just starting his lap.
He should have time probably for 2, maybe 3 laps. Definitely say you get 2 in from here if you're on the track.
We're not, to be honest, people, we're not entirely sure what the best line is through that hairpin yet. I think there's quite a few people taking slightly different lines.
Yeah, I've seen some taking a wider line, trying to get the car straightened up.
Yeah,
earlier,
quick as possible. And there's other ones that are taking a very narrow line. Oh, thank you very much, Jeff. Appreciate that. It's been a while in a Group 3 race. Thank you very much. Captain Chubbs, P1, still 20.1. T Smith just behind, but he is frantically leaving those tyres, trying to get a bit of heat in them. It's definitely a difference in the games between GT Sport and GT7. Unsafe saying that the wider line and straightening the cars, similar to you, is carrying as much speed as possible down the straight.
We've got our 19.
Oh, there we go. Oh, I missed it. 19.9.
Which was broken the 19s.
Oh, there we go. Right, let's go on board then with Tom, shall we, for one of his final laps. Oh, he's down for the first sector.
Yep, so's Chubbs.
He's got Aaron in front of him.
Off.
Our 20.5 now for Sean. Oh, it's very close to the wall there from Tom. And the split's coming up in a few seconds. Just after this tunnel. He's not making any time up here at all. He's backed off.
Chubbs is now 2 tenths down.
Yeah, so's Tom. So he's backing off and going for a lap. We're on board with Pine now, who's coming towards the second split. Is he going to make up the time? Doesn't seem to be anyone. I'm not sure if it's the second lap that's the best here. I'm not sure if the tyres need an extra lap to heat up.
That's what I found last night.
I did as well. My fast lap was in the last lap.
Yeah, I thought my second lap, or my third lap in, as the case was my best lap.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not sure if this is what they're finding out as well here.
There's something to be said about the tyre evolution.
Double warm up. There we go. Pine set 20.3. That's not his best. Back on board with Tom then for his, well, looks like it's going to be his last lap. Oh, he's purple through sector 1. Tom's on the charge. Needs to get his, oh my, he's going. He caught it, but how much is that cost him? Oh, he's picked up a penalty. It's all over. Back on to Captain Chubbs now then, as he goes through the tunnel. Can anyone get into the 19s? Captain Chubbs.
I don't think Chubbs is going to do.
No, he's not. Good spot. He's laid out.
He was offline and slow through the corner at the other end of the straight.
Pine's not going to improve either. He's backed out.
So unless Chubbs has aced that hairpin, which it looked pretty good to be fair on board.
And we've got.
I don't know that he's going to make 2 temps though.
Lee's got up to P5, and he's on his last lap now. That looked like a very clean last corner. There's Ishmael. What a lap from him, up to P3. There we are. Pagani up into P6. We've got Lee, who's coming across the line in a few seconds time. Total says a 20.5, and there's Lee. It's a 20.5. He doesn't improve his position. It's a decent qualify from Lee. That Pagani is in P6. Last lap from him. Aaron's a bit disappointed with his lap. He is away down in P13. His optimum, though, he said, was a 20.1. So he's a wee bit out of position there. Ross, fortunately, down there, 20.8. But Ross does do better in the race. He's very good at his consistent lap time. So which your only one in the 19s. I don't think that he was the only one that could achieve a 19. He was the only one that managed it. But I think Tom, Captain Chubbs and all that could have got a 19. But they just didn't get that ultimate lap together near the end. But well done to Witchell. He takes P1. It's going to be Chubbs lining up alongside him on row 1. Ishmael, what a great qualifying from him in P3. Tom in P4. You got Pine in the background. And P5, Pagani alongside him. SBY, Lee, Graham and Will. And then Toto, Biggles. And then Aaron and Ross.
Spectate, Zach.
Yeah, don't worry. Got it this time.
Don't do what we did last week.
No, don't worry. Right, okay. I was so prepared this time. Right, okay. We're just about to go live then for the first endurance race of GT1. And these cars are going to be difficult to get the launch. Group 2 cars. Witchell starts us off. Everyone seems to get away okay. Ishmael looks like got a great start though. What a launch. And he's up into P2. We've got Witchell still in P1 at the moment. We've got Tom down the inside of Ishmael though, in the battle for P1, but Witchell seems to have got round unscathed at the moment. Tom's in P2, Ishmael's in P3, Captain Chubbs, bad start from him, down towards P4. Then we've got Pine in P5, Pagani comes next in P6, SBY and Graham side by side there, battling in towards the S's. Graham looks like he's won it just at the moment. SBY's still there, but Graham takes P7 away from SBY. In the background, Lee's in P9, Toto's P10, Aaron's up to P11, and then it comes Will, Biggles and Ross, and Biggles and Will having a wee bit of a battle there. Looks like Will's won that one out. You noticed anything else going on, Si?
Chubbs and Ishmael side by side. Ishmael's been shuffled down to 5th.
Oh yeah, it's...
Chubbs was up the inside and Pine opportunistically followed him through. Worth remembering actually at this point that Pine is the only man on the soft tyre. Good
spot, forgot about that. Ishmael is in P5, then he's having a look. Oh, Pine's very wide. Oh, that's too wide. He's managed to hold it in fairness. Pagani might have a chance.
I say he's lost the place to Ishmael.
I don't know how he managed to hold that. Ishmael got an incredible start, but unfortunately it was the rest of the lap didn't really go 100%. Pine's having a look right at the back of Ishmael. Ishmael's going very defensive on the inside. And there he comes, Pine having a look. Pagani's there as well. It's going to get very tasty. Pine down the inside, dives down the inside. Pagani's in the background as well, having a little look. See if he can get past. Opportunistic, there he goes. He's going down the inside. Ishmael having to defend the inside line. Pagani goes and tries going long way round the outside, and he looks like he's got it done. Great move from Pagani. Ishmael drops down to P6.
Yeah, I think Ishmael may have just given Pagani the line there. I think he's got his sensible head on, realised it's a long race and it's not worth trying to stick that out on lap 2 of a 40-lap race.
Look at the gap out front. 1.3 seconds. Witchell is making a charge for it. Tom in P2. There comes Chubbs recovering. He had a bit of a dodgy start, but he's still in P3. Pine's in P4. Then you've got Pagani and Ishmael. Then comes Sean Graham. He's always exceptional in these type of races when it comes to strategy. His tyre was exceptional. We've got Lee in P9. Aaron was in P9, but he had a penalty there.
Yeah,
and he's
there
only
was a
lost
couple of penalties there. I think
one place
had
possibly.
The other one.
There's Toto there in the background. There's that going wide. That's well in the background, going a little bit wide. He's going to be under pressure here from Ross, but it looks like he might just have enough in hand. And Biggles right at the back there, but he's in very close touch with the guys in front of him. Which then 1.1 seconds. That's evening out that gap now.
Pine up the inside of Chubbs into one. Chubbs has got the switch back on him though.
Oh, he's on the grass. Oh, he's got it. That was close.
Pine making the most of those soft tyres. Pagani's got ahead of Ishmael through turn 1 as well.
Yeah, there we go. And SPY is very, very closely followed by Graham. Graham's one to watch here. With his strategy, with his decision making and things, I'm just a massive fan of the way he conducts himself in these type of races. So keep an eye on him throughout the race. That gap's closed dramatically out front. He's lost a half a second, Witchell. So T. Smith not letting him get away. Pine is very close. Pine is going to be at his best at the moment. He's getting past as quick as possible. This is when those soft tyres are at their peak performance. He needs to get a move on, and I'm sure he's going to be getting a hurry along here. Down the inside towards the hairpin at the end. T. Smith gives him the room. This is not his fight at the moment, T. Smith. He is going to be smart about this. He can let Pine try and help him close up to the back of Witchell using the slipstream. And Tom will be smart about this, I'm sure. There's no point in him trying to get back past Pine at the moment. He will be quicker, no doubt about it.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit of a dilemma for Pine and Witchell. Well, if Pine gets there, Witchell surely lets Pine go.
You would need to, you would think so, wouldn't you?
But as you say, Tom is going to do his utmost to stick to the back of Pine and go with him and try and get himself an opportunity on Witchell.
Yeah, exactly. That's going to be his aim. It's going to be latch onto the back of him and get him to pull him along. But as well, they can do it around here. It's going to be tricky. Who's that? Oh, that in the background there. It was told. Oh, Aaron's very, very slidey.
Oh, so was Will.
Oh, that part just underneath that, the tunnel looks very sketchy. And in the front there, Lee got a massive bit of gravel there on the inside. Looks very, very difficult, this track on these cars. Anyway, okay, Witchell out front. Pine is there. Tom's not quite been able to go with the pace of Pine. What's happening here? Are the two going to swap in the BWT team? What do you think? Are they going to swap?
This has surely got to be a swap.
You would think so, wouldn't you?
But yeah, they've got to do it now. It's pointless waiting and fighting between each other.
Otmar Safnauer's on the radio telling them to swap positions. There we go.
There it is.
NDP1, Witchell very smartly didn't fight him, just let him go there. it's not his race at the moment. They're on different strategies, and if you can try and latch on to Pine, keep that slipstream, you might be able to extend that gap over Tom. There's Chubbs in P4 still, Pagani's in P5. All these are on the mediums. We'll keep an eye on the tyre wear, see who's better, see who's worse. Just initial glance, Sean looks like he's struggling on tyre wear compared to the rest of the field. Graham in P8, there we are. There's Lee in P9. Toto is in P10. I'm still trying to get over the fact that Toto Wilson in a Red Bull car. It's very strange.
Well, just having a look at fuel as well as tyres, Pagani's got a better fuel rate than the 4 cars in front of him.
And does he? Oh, he does indeed. Pine's the one with the least, but he is pushing on those soft tyres, which is why.
Pine is full send at the moment.
It's one of those things.
Big squirm for Tom. Done well to catch that. But that might leave him vulnerable to Chubbs if he can get close enough.
I think he's just far enough in front, by the look of it. Well, any more of a slide, I think he would have been in trouble there. I actually missed that. I was just in front of it. I think there's going to have to be a lot of catching slides. Ishmael's tyre wear looks good. Sean is, at the moment, I would say Sean's the worst tyre wear in terms of the mediums. Lee's not great either. Total's very good in tyre wear. Aaron's a little bit bad as well, but I think Aaron's had a couple of slides which has probably not helped that situation. We've got Ross then going round outside of Bigelow's there. Yeah, Pine is obviously on the soft tyres, so his tyre wear is going to be the worst, because he is absolutely pushing it as much as possible. Yeah, that's a good point. Pagani is in clean air, Mike's saying, so he can just do his own race, save a bit of fuel, play the long game. Pagani, a bit of a slide there. He caught it. A lot of nice catches going on. Graham looks quite content as well, sitting behind SPY.
Chubbs is going to have a look at Tom here. Is he into the hairpin?
Had a look.
Pulls back in.
Yeah. He had a little look and thought, nah, I'm not going to do that. But Tom is going to be under pressure here, you would think.
I think Graham's just got ahead of Sean at the hairpin.
Is he? What's he going to do here, Chubbs? Is he going down the inside? He's not. Okay, he's working. He could quite easily have made that move there. So what I'm getting from that is they're going to work together, and they're not intent on fighting at the moment, because yeah, I think he could have quite easily made that move, but it didn't seem like he wanted to.
Lee's got his rear view full of Toto at the moment.
Toto's looks very good in his tyres, from initial glances. It's always an advantage in these races.
Something's happened. Chubbs has had a moment. Pagani's got ahead of him.
Oh, so he has.
Chubbs has had a moment through the first tunnel.
I think it's the only thing you could say about Chubbs. He's got incredible pace, but he is prone to the odd mistake here or there that does maybe harm his chances of getting those incredible results, you would maybe say. Because he does have, sometimes he has the pace, you would say, to nearly win a lot of races actually. Pagani's had a dodgy exit though, and it looks like Chubbs might have a chance to get back past here. There we go, switches to the inside line. Going to go side by side. And there he goes, down the inside. Pagani doesn't really defend it much. I think Pagani's just concentrating in his own race here.
Yeah.
He's not really fussed about anyone else, which is a smart way to do it. He's got Ishmael close behind as well though, he needs to keep an eye on him. Graham's in P7, and Graham is good on tyre wear. Sean's tyre wear does not look pretty. His front right looks quite nasty looking, I would say. I think definitely going to be a 2-stop for Sean. Probably going to be a 2-stop for most people, I would imagine. Maybe some 1-stops about. Aaron P11 at the moment. Oh, well, was very wide there. That was, I mean, he did well to be honest, but that's as wide as you would like, I would say. So Pine 1.4 seconds. It's actually been hovering about that 1.3, 1.4 seconds.
Yeah,
so.
I've been keeping an eye on it for the last
It's not really wet anymore, has it?
It does come down out of that hairpin though. I think that soft tyre. I think the rears are starting to give up on Pine out of the heavy traction zones.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things here with the Group 2 cars is because we kind of a lot of traction based, that the rear tyres do actually get a bit more worn than you would probably expect. I think it's quite even between the front right and rear right, I would say. Not much difference between them. You probably, if you looked at the track, you would probably expect that the front tyre would be worse because of the lot of S's and things like that. But the rear tyre actually gets a bit of a hit round here as well, which is on traction is why you're seeing people have those little moments, which is going to be tricky towards the end of the stints. So far, they seem to be all getting around fairly unscathed. There's not been many. To be honest, I actually expected more slides, so I'm quite surprised how good it's went so far. When do you think Pine will come in? What lap, roughly? Could go a few more laps. Lap 11, lap 12.
Yeah, I think he'd want to get to. He'd probably want to get to about 12 if he can.
That's what I was thinking. Then 2:14 stints in the medium, maybe something like that. But Ishmael, having a look at Pagani now, did say that he had to watch him in the background. Pagani goes very defensive on the inside, very, very defensive. Ishmael is going to try and have a look here around the outside, but it looks like Pagani's got him covered this time at least. Tries to get a bit of a cut back, try and get a good exit. Pagani, he's done this before. Ishmael didn't really have a look in there at all.
Big squirm moment for Pine in the tunnel.
He has actually extended that gap ever so slightly though.
He extends it through the quicker twisty section of the track, and it all comes back to Witchell out in the traction zones.
Just as you said that, he had that slide there. I mean, he's very consistent. If you look at his times, like, he's just very slow. 20.5, 20.6, 20.8, and then 3:21s in a row. I mean, fair play. In terms of consistent lap times, you can't get any better. This looks like an excellent race so far for BWT. So, Tom, he's not really fussed too much with the front two at the moment. I'm not sure he's quite got the pace of Witchell at the moment. He's 2.7 seconds now behind.
Sean's in.
Oh yeah, he was the worst in tyre wear. The fact he's actually done a stop before Pine on the softs has is concerning. He's clearly struggling on that tyre wear. Is that going to be an aggressive two-stop?
He's gone onto the soft.
He has. How long is he going to do in the softs? He's done 10 laps on the mediums. If he's only doing 10 laps on the mediums, you're only going to lap 8 or 9 on the softs, you would think, wouldn't you?
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that one.
Oh, the front right on that car at the front is not looking pretty now. Look at the state of it, and that gap's nearly a second now. I'm expecting Pine in this lap. That is my prediction here. No, but look at it, he's maybe picked up a penalty actually on last lap. So Pine, that gap's under a second, and I really do believe that Pine will be in this lap. He's losing time now. Can't really afford to. There he goes.
There
lap
he goes.
11.
Pine's left.
And Witchell takes the lead of the race once more. Tom is back up into P2 now. Captain Chubbs, bit of a recovery after a wee mistake from him. He's still doing decent lap times though. 21.1 for him, his best of the race. Pagani still in P4. We got Ishmael still right behind him, but Ishmael will just be saving his tyres. Look at the tyres on Ishmael's car though. Very impressive tyre wear. He's in a good position. Graham's also in a good position as well.
Ishmael's whispering to his tyres and Pagani's whispering to his fuel tank.
Yeah, it's a good spot. What he's done on fuel, Pagani's Ishmael's done on tyres. Some people are naturally better at tyres than fuel, though, and vice versa.
Yep, again, a case in point for that one. Look at Toto and Lee.
Oh, okay, good spot again. Yeah, exactly. It's weird, isn't it, watching it? When I look at how people have different kind of styles of driving. Pine is in P10, he's got Biggles directly behind him, so he's probably managed to get back past them. Pine is now going to be chasing after Aaron.
So,
No.
I'm just wondering about strategy here. Is anyone going to try and one-stop this?
I think
Pagani and Ishmael have got the potential to do it.
I think Tom's as well.
I think Tom and Witchell might try it.
Yeah. So I thought it was like...
they're about equal on their fuel and tyre usage at the moment.
I thought it was going to be a one-stop or a two-stop, and it was a very close match between the two. So it's just going to be personal preference, I would say. Toto's picked up a penalty. He's going to be serving that. That's going to bring him into the clutches of Lee here. Not sure how much you lose though with that half-second penalty. Sometimes you lose a lot more than half a second, but we shall see how much he actually loses. He's 1.4 seconds, and by the hairpin, he's lost 8 tenths. So yeah, it's more than half a second you lose. Not quite as drastic as some tracks. The race we did at Suzuka, you lost plenty more than half a second. It was more like 1.2, 1.3 I think. So Tom just cannot go with the Witchell pace at the moment here. 4.2 seconds it's now up to. Captain Chubbs, that gap's coming down again. If you look, the last 3 laps, Captain Chubbs has been 4 to 5 tenths a lap quicker. So, unless Tom's got something drastic up his sleeve, I think Witchell's got the upper hand here on pace.
So, just going back down the field to see where Pine came out. He's currently P10.
So you would think Witchell's going to come out round about this bit.
So yeah, a pit stop now is going to drop you down into this little pack here for 10th, 11th.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a good idea to go an extra couple of laps, you would think, wouldn't it? And try and jump this group. You don't really want to be stuck in that, do you? The issue with Tom and all that, Tom and Chubbs are going to get stuck in it no matter what, unless they pit obviously at the same time. Because Tom and Chubbs are a little bit further back.
The guy in Ishmael going wheel to wheel.
There we go. Ishmael's been hovering behind Pagani. I think he's eventually decided he's going to try and move. Pagani once again covers that inside line very nicely. He just means that Ishmael has to go the long way around. That's just not going to happen, is it? So it's very, very smart defending by Pagani's. Keeping him nicely behind. But fair play to Ishmael as well, he's not forcing it.
Yeah. Just want to pick up on Graham. We've not really mentioned him tonight, but he's having a solid enough drive.
Yeah, he's always good at these type of races.
Had a bit of a struggle last week, by his own admission. Wasn't too pleased with how last week went for him, but a bit of a return to form for him this week, perhaps.
He did say in the chat that he does enjoy these races a lot more than the sprint races. He says there's a lot more to them, which I agree. There's a lot more to them. It's nice we've got a split this season. Pagani's very, very slidey there on the exit, and Ishmael's very close here, and he has got slipstream. Chubbs in the pits. Right, Ishmael, is he going to go for it again? Round 2. Same again for Pagani. Ishmael, it looks a little bit further alongside though here.
Aaron's in.
Pagani is trying to hold that line again, and Ishmael cannot get round the outside. Once again though, just excellent defending, putting your car in the right place at the right time. Chubbs, where's he come out then? He's come out behind Ross and Pine because Will's just come into the pit, so that was helpful.
Sean's just got ahead of Pine on those soft tyres.
Ah, there we go.
Yeah, Chubbs filtered out about where we thought he was going to drop.
Yeah, well, that's where we expected them to. It was going to be a bit behind that group, wasn't it? Thankfully for him though, one of that group has pitted, so it's going to be interesting. I mean, I am looking at the fact that Mikey does say that it looks like Tom Pagani and all that are definitely going for the one stop. I would agree. It looks like the top four. I mean, Ishmael's tyre wear is exceptional. Look at the difference. Yep, that is very good.
I would fully expect Graham to probably do the one stop as well. He's normally a one stop kind of guy.
Yeah, exactly. I
mean, his tyre wear's not as good as the guys in front of him. I mean, he's similar to Pagani's, to be fair. He has used a bit more fuel than the two in front of him.
Yeah. It's definitely going to be an interesting dilemma here, the one stop or the two stop. I mean, the one thing you have noticed, and I've noticed a lot through this game and doing endurance races and even last season in GT as well, that the tyre wear is offset by the fuel depletion, and which is why you are seeing people like Pagani doing similar lap times. You've got Ishmael, Graham, Toto for example is a prime example of where his lap times are getting better towards the end of the stints, where the tyre wear has been offset by the fuel, and it's actually the tyre wear you don't feel too much. Particularly on the mediums, I noticed it last night as well. Mediums they don't feel that bad at all when they've got tyre wear on them. I can tell eventually they fall off a cliff, but that cliff doesn't happen for quite a while. Ishmael, round 3 I think is happening here. The thing is though, Pagani's just going to keep defending this inside line, so I think Ishmael's going to have to try something here to get past. He's gone very wide this time, he's going to go for a big cutback, but once again I think Pagani will have it covered.
Pagani's just going to do what I would do and park it on the apex, yeah.
Yeah,
you are not coming through there.
Yeah, he's being a bit of a bus at the moment, isn't he?
And that's the thing, based on their fuel usage, Pagani would get the jump in the pits.
Yep.
He's got to put less in.
Graham's just behind this group as well. And then you've got Toto and Lee. Sean, who is very close back of Lee. Lee is struggling on those tyres now. Look at his tyre wear. He's the only one that I would say the tyre wear has caused him a significant drop off in the last few laps. Of about a second near enough, a lap. And SVY is going to walk past him here. I don't think there's going to even be a battle here, to be honest. I don't think Lee's got anything at all to defend with. And there goes Sean up into P7. He's going to be able to brake so much later and turn in so much quicker. There we go, and it's done already. Up into P7. It's not very often you get past Lee that easily. But yeah, he's got absolutely zero to defend with, and Lee is... He looked like he was coming into the pits there, and then he moved back over. Pine's just behind us in P9. He's got a bit of a different strategy because he started on the soft, so it's going to be difficult to tell exactly where he is in the pecking order. Yeah. All of a sudden, Tom is starting to come back to Witchell ever so slightly, a 10 for 2 a lap. Pagani is kind of matching the top 2 as well. To be honest, the top 4 or top 5 are all going the same pace. Graham's going very quickly as well. He's matching Tom at the moment, so Graham and Tom are the quickest at the moment lapping wise. Actually, sorry, ignore that. Toto is the quickest. He's still setting mid-21s. But he did have the best tyre wear along with Ishmael. But unfortunately for Ishmael, he's stuck behind a Pagani bus. And the next stop, unfortunately for Ishmael, is Apex. Oh, yeah. It's not going anywhere quick. And here comes round... Oh, that was late. Never thought he was coming around until the very end there. Pagani comes into the pits. Now you would think he's just going to fuel for another medium stint, and that'll be him to the end. Witchell 4.5, T. Smith 5.2. Ishmael's got some clean air. He's doing the overcut. Where's Pagani going to come out? That is the big thing. He's got Will coming out of on towards turn 1 now. There comes Pagani. He's got nice clean air. Biggles is way behind.
Unfortunately for Lee, he's just going backwards at the moment.
He's really struggling on those tyres, isn't he?
Yeah. He'll be glad to get to the end of this lap and swap those.
Yeah, they don't look pretty, do they?
So Pagani came out in P12, but we know that he's going to cycle forward because a lot of the guys in front of him now are on 2 stops.
Ishmael is getting caught by Graham, who's also getting caught by Toto. They're all concertining up here at the end of the stint. Witchell into the pits. There comes Tom. Ishmael follows in. Graham follows in.
Graham.
Toto as well. They're all in. Every one of them are in. Now, where are they going to come out in relation to SBY? Now, SBY is on the soft tyres. You would think he's going to jump them, but he is on a different type of strategy. Remember, he's on a 2-stop. So Pine is going to come out in the lead at the moment, but Pine again is on a different strategy. There comes Ross and Captain Chubbs. Now, Chubbs gets past Ross. Ross actually lifts off there and lets him by. Ross is still on those tyres. And they look quite okay-ish. They don't look too bad at all, do they?
Yeah, Witchell's got himself a bit of clean air out ahead of Panda.
Yeah, then comes Tom. Now they're all on mediums, as you would expect. Now Pagani's come back out ahead of Ishmael. Remember, that was the fuel, and you spotted was better on Pagani's.
Pagani also went a lap early.
Yeah, Toto in the background as well for this.
So Pagani's also got a lap's worth of tyre evo.
I'm very intrigued to see where Pine comes out in relation, like in terms of his strategy comes out in relation to the battle for P3. I don't think he's in the battle for the win between Witchell and Tom, but I'm intrigued to see where he comes out in relation to the kind of Captain Chubbs, Pagani, Ishmael kind of battle. That's going to be interesting to play out, because I'm not entirely sure where he is in relation to them, because they're all on different strategies. Ross is going very late. You see, what it looks like he's doing is going to try and get to about lap 24, 25 and go on the softs to the end, I would suggest. So he's doing a 1-stop medium to soft, which is very impressive. But Ross is very kind on his tyres, he always has been. Who's your bet for the top three?
He's also somehow got that Honda to sip its fuel rather than gulp it down to get this far.
So who's your top 3 at the moment? Who are you predicting at this stage?
Well, Witchell and Tom, I would suspect, are going to be the top 2 at the end of this.
It's the P3 that's interesting, isn't it?
I say that final spot on the podium's all to play for at this point.
I think there's about 6 or 7 cars that could get it at this point in time. So, take a pick.
The thing is, what Pine doesn't want to do is leave his pit stop so late that he doesn't get to use that tyre advantage he's going to have. He's got to give it a couple of laps, I would think.
Yeah.
Maybe get himself to about, I don't know, what do you reckon, lap 28?
Yeah, you would think so, and then do it.
And then give him, he's got to go onto the medium, whatever he does, because he's already used his soft tyre.
Chubbs is quick in the moment, 20.7, he's just set there. Fastest lap of the race is Panda, that was on the soft tyres. That's a very rapid lap. He has all of a sudden come into this race a little bit well here. Oh, he's on a different, he's not in contention for the top 6 or 7, I wouldn't say, because he is out of sight here. He's got a pit stop to do shortly.
Right, so Ross is going to have to pit this lap, I would think. His fuel light's on, which means he's got less than 1.3 laps of fuel in the car.
Ooh. I was going to say, maybe he can go for another lap, I don't know.
It depends where that fuel light's come on. If it's only just come on, then yeah, he might.
Interesting to see if he's going to carry on here or not.
I think he'll have to. I think he's going to have to bail this lap.
Pine is getting caught here by Captain Chubbs. I did say Captain Chubbs is very quick at this point in the race. And he's closing very quickly, by the way. Like, he's gaining. Oh, there's SPY in. That's very tight on fuel. Now Ross, he does not. He stays out.
Carrying on.
He stays out. The way the layout is of this track, it makes you think they're coming in, and they don't. You're like, oh, they're coming in. No, never mind, they're not. Well, Captain Chubbs.
It's a bit like the Red Bull ring, isn't it? Where you've got the pit entry starts on the before the penultimate corner, so you always dive into that apex.
Yeah.
You never know if they're actually going to stick to the right and come in or not.
Yeah, very true. Well, Captain Chubbs, this is important for him here. He needs to get past Pine. Got Ross down the background. He's got Witchell. A good time to come in at the end of this lap so he doesn't get caught up in that. He doesn't really want to get caught up in that kind of battle, does he? Or Witchell. We've got, actually notice we've got Panda in the background of this as well. So it's a very good time for Ross to pit.
I think Tom would have loved for Ross to hang out for another lap and slow Witchell down, but...
Well, that was very sideways. Here comes... Oh.
He is staying out.
Again? That's pushing it. That looks very low on fuel. I'm going to be honest here.
Oh, he's run wide into one. I was going to say Witchell's not cleared him, but he has now.
I'm going to be very honest. I'm very scared as Ross's teammate at this point in time. Taking off the commentator hat, I'm petrified here.
He must have knocked that into a lower fuel mix to get this round.
Yeah, there's no way he's still on
there's
number
no
one.
way he's doing. I'd say there's no way he's doing that on full fuel mix.
No chance. Witchell back out on the mediums now. Now he is in the net race lead here. No doubt about that. Tom is 4.5 seconds roughly behind Witchell. That's been stationary for a while now. Now, Ross is still going at a normal fuel rate. He's still going at 170 mile an hour, so we're assuming he's still got enough, and he's coming in this lap, so he is now actually I think out of fuel.
Pine's in
zero.
as well.
He's got 0 left. There we go, perfectly timed by Ross. I didn't have any doubts ever. Definitely did. Ishmael, he is in P5. He's had a very solid race, hasn't he, Ishmael?
He has. I'm just keeping an eye on Pine. He's on his way out the pits now.
SPY and Aaron having a ding dong battle here. Pine comes out direct behind us actually. SPY around the outside, giving each other plenty of room. Lovely racing. Good respect between them both. Gave each other room. That's what you like to see. Nice, clean, fair racing. Pine coming out directly behind this, as you said. So, Captain Chubbs, he's 6.7 ahead of Witcher, but he has got one more final stop to make. Pagari's come out in P4. He has done as well. Ishmael, he's got a second penalty. Oh dearie, dearie, dear. That is going to be unpleasant to say the least. There comes Graham, and Toto's directly behind Graham now. Now Toto was gaining on Graham towards the end of the first stint. We got SBY come out directly behind this. This is all for position now. Oh, Pine's getting past Aaron as well. Pine's on fresh tires as well. Aaron's out of sync with these guys. There's no probably any point in defending it really for Aaron. And he is having a little look, coming back. Pine defends the inside line. Aaron, I don't think he's going to have much to do to get back here. No, not really. So this is for position P5 downwards. Ishmael, Graham, Toto, SBY, Pine. They're now all on. This is their net positions with the exception. Actually, does anyone else get pits? Captain Chubbs is still to come into the pits, so where he's going to come out, we're not entirely sure. But I would take a guess at P5 behind Pagani. P4, sorry, behind Pagani. That would be my educated guess. Where do you think he'll come out? Is that roughly where you would expect? Sorry? Like P4? Or do you think it's more?
I'm not sure because where was Pine when he came in? Was he P2 at that point?
He was behind. Was he behind Captain Chubbs? I think he was behind. Oh, was he ahead of Captain? I don't know.
I'm just thinking, I'm wondering if he's going to drop in around where Sean is.
He's got a couple of places to make up then, hasn't he? But yeah, he's going to have a tyre advantage, isn't he? So. There we go. Trading lap times, Steve Smith and Whitchell, 20.7s at the moment. That's one thing, they're not going to have the ultimate lap timer, for example, Will, you wouldn't think, because Will was on the soft tyres. They have not put on the softs here. And Tom's only hope, I think, is Whitchell to make a mistake here. Good race from Pagani, though, as well. There's been a lot of good races here, actually. There's been a lot of people.
Toto's got ahead of Graham.
Oh, yeah, there we go. Toto's had a very good debut week, hasn't he, as well?
Yeah, I think we've overlooked a little bit that he's his debut week in the division, and he's given a good account of himself so far.
Yeah, he's performed admirably, definitely. He's had a very good week. Very, very good tyre wear as well, which is a good thing to have in his locker for the coming weeks. This is going to be a very interesting battle to the end here. You've got Pine, who's in the freshest tyres here, in the background of this. Aaron's going to have to come into the pits, you would think, and put on soft tyres. Technically Lee's in this fight as well, but I don't think he's quite got the tyre wear. I don't think he's in the fight ahead of him, and he's going to have Ross. Ross is going to be very quick as well towards the end, so I think Ross will get Lee and Aaron, so I think Ross is on for a P10 at the moment, unless anything else happens out front. Graham's catching up to the back of Toto again. He's not really let Toto get out of his way, has he? Toto's not sprinted off. The one I'm watching is Pine, though. Pine has got a lot of fuel and very fresh tyres. I think he's going to be very quick.
Chubbs' pit stop is imminent.
Oh, yeah, fuel. Yeah, and is he this lap? Yes.
It is indeed.
Right, where are we watching, do you think? Total Graham? Roughly?
Don't know, I'm still thinking Sean. I think
right, yeah, I'm on board with Toto, and we'll see. I think he's going to come out at Toto. You think he's going to come out at Sean?
I think he's going to come out around Sean.
Let's see.
Fuel's going in.
The closest. And Captain Chubbs is filling up. He's about to come out.
He's on his way.
And he's come out at Toto.
Well done, Zach. You win again.
Thank you. I'm just getting insider information, that's it. That's it. Yeah, actually came out a tiny bit ahead of where he was, actually. There we go. Captain Chubbs, P5. He's got Ishmael directly in front of him, so he's on a good bet here for P4 minimum, if he can have a clean. But I wouldn't rule out P3 here. Wouldn't rule out a podium. By 6 seconds isn't much in those soft tyres. He's going to be very quick. If he has a clean stint.
That's the thing. If he can get past Ishmael quickly and get himself a couple of laps of clean air, you'd suspect he should be able to go almost a second a lap quicker than Pagani's doing at the moment.
Steph's saying it looks like he's slightly under fuel captain jumps. Now, it does when you compare it to Toto and Graham, but actually when you compare it to Ishmael and Pagani, he's got more fuel. So I would actually say he's got about average. That doesn't mean he doesn't have to do any fuel saving, he might still have to do it, but what I'm saying with that is it looks like Ishmael and Pagani's going to have some more to do. Captain Chubbs down the inside here, this is important.
Hold it.
Oh, bit deep. Oh, he's still got it though, he's held it. Good move.
That soft tyre giving him the traction.
Just good enough there. Now, what is he going to be able to do here? I think this is going to be a purple lap. My bet is this might be a 19. It could be, it might be a low, very low 20, but it might be a 19 this lap.
Well, Ross currently holding the fastest lap with a 20.26.
I think that'll be beat.
It'll be about what Chubbs wants to be aiming for.
That lap that Ross has done is miles quicker than his pole lap. His qualifying lap, sorry. He was a 20.8. So that's... I mean, I know there's maybe a bit less fuel than what they had. But still, that's impressive. I'd say that Ross was going to come up against Lee Call here. Lee's usually difficult to defend with, but I don't think he's going to have much to defend with here, with Ross is on fresh, soft tyres. Lee is on mediums that have a bit more worn. However, Ross up to P10 then. Jumps past Lee Call, back to Captain Chubbs. It is a 20.1, there we go, nearly into the 19s. And that has took 9/10 out of Pagani on the last lap. If he keeps that up, he's going to be with him in 5 laps.
Well, from where he cleared Ishmael, he pulled 2 seconds on him.
That's ominous, isn't it? For Pagani. Pagani is going to have a view full of Chubbs. A view of that Rebellion car. That is beautiful, mind you, that Rebellion car. Lovely. Ishmael P5, solid race from him. Toto as well, excellent race. SBY P7, he was the only one that's done the 2 stop, hasn't he? Out of the top guys, you would say, out of the top 7 or so. And Pine as well, actually, he's done the 2 stop, hasn't he?
Yeah, so what have we got? We've got Chubbs. Chubbs has done a 2, hasn't he?
Chubbs has done a 2. SBY, Pine.
Roy's done a 2. Pine.
Will has done a 2.
Yep.
And has Aaron done a 2 or has Aaron done a 1? Pine having a look here down the inside of Graham. He'll look to go the outside, out down the inside.
Aaron has now done a 2.
Oh, he has.
Switched onto the softs.
Pine, good move. Graham doesn't really have much to defend with here. Ross is in the background now. Look how fast Ross is catching them. Ross could be on for a P8 here if he can get a move on. Go on,
Do
Ross.
You know what? I just flicked to Pagani then. I thought Chubbs was alongside him, but it was Biggles coming out of the pits.
Oh dear. Graham trying to come back at Pine here, round the outside. Trying to go the long way around. He's not going to manage it. He's going to try and do the switch back though. He's very close. Has he got it down the inside? They're going side by side just about. Pine holds on. Graham's still in the background. Pine having a wee bit of a wiggle. There's a yellow flag up in front. Who is it? Is that Biggles?
I think it's Biggles.
It's Biggles. It's Biggles. I thought it was Chubbs. I saw a Rebellion car round. Oh, Graham having a look. Ross is going down the inside of Graham. I had to switch back there. Ross is having an opportunistic move up to P9. He's jumped him. Good opportunistic move there from Ross. Graham's now under pressure from Lee in the background as well. And then comes Will. Will's getting involved as well. He's down in P12. Ross is going to have a good chance getting past Pine here, you would think. Ross has come alive in the second half of this race. Some good strategy decision. He has a look, thinks better of it. Back in the slipstream, going to get a good exit. And then get him into turn 1. He's got a decent exit. Better than Pine, sorry. In the slipstream, don't pull it too early. And then he's going to try. Where's he going to go? Outside, inside. Inside. Pine gives him a bit of room there. Ross down the inside. Is Pine going to have anything to defend with here? Ross goes a bit deep. Pine does the switch back. Ross trying to hold it round the outside. Oh, he's on the grass. I think Pine was quite fair though. I think that Ross just made a wee bit of a mistake going round the outside. There we are, Ross still in P9 then. He's got more time though. He's still got time to get back at Pine. Up front you've got Captain Chubbs, who is only a second off Pagani. Pagani had a 21.7 last lap around. 19.8 for Captain Chubbs, faster than Paul.
Yeah, he's absolutely lit it up on those soft tyres.
0.8 of a second. Captain Chubbs is at his best when he's chasing after someone. He's absolutely flying. He's into slipstream range. There he comes across the line for another 20.1 rapid. So he is nearly half a second now between the two of them. Very, very nice line through turn one. Pagani, he's off. Oh no, he's not off. He's nearly off. Oh, I thought he was going into the wall there.
Yep, he's done well to recover it, but it's podium gone.
It is, unless Chubbs makes a mistake. He's got 6.4 in front of him. That's probably too much. He needs to just calm down now and probably just take the P3. I would think. Ishmael back in P5. Toto is staying with him though in P6. Can Toto nick P5 off Ishmael near the end? SBI still in P7. Pines in P8. Ross is in the background now in P9. He's going to come back at him, you'd think, though, towards the end. Fairness, so Ross is going to start. That tyre on those soft tyres looks daunting, I would say. I'm not sure Ross is going to have the tyres. I think if he was going to get past Pine, it had to be in that last lap there. Because his tyres are already worse than Pine's. And he's on the softs. So he's... I'm worried for Ross here in those tyres. He is good on his tyres, but he's going to have to nuss them home. Treat them well. 3.8 out front. It's not really going down enough. Witchell's always really had this under control here. But you would say so far, a flawless race from the top two. They've not put a foot wrong, really, have they?
Yeah, they really do. To be fair.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, what could... Yeah, of course I can, Mike. I'll save that replay for you and I'll share it. Don't worry. Captain Chubbs, if he hadn't made that mistake where he lost that position earlier on, had to kind of come back a bit through the field, where could he have been right now? That's the question for Captain Chubbs. As I say, Captain Chubbs, he's at P3, he's very, very quick. If he can cut out that odd wee mistake, Captain Chubbs could be right there fighting for the win here, I think. He's had a very, very good night though, Captain Chubbs, so far. Pagani's picked up a penalty, he's just going to have to settle for P4 here, hasn't he?
Yeah, sadly, from good nights to bad nights, it's not been a good night for the Bristol Street boys. Coming 12th and 13th.
It's been a difficult night, hasn't it? Graham has just not had any confidence on that second set, has he? He seems to have lost.
He was going fairly solidly for the first half of this race. It's just the last couple of laps of, I mean, he's had a 26.7, a 23.3.
Aaron just set a 20.2 though, but I feel like it's been a couple of mistakes from Alan, and the quality didn't help as well, and that's just kind of caused him to be down there. He's just set a 20.2, which is one of the fastest laps of the race. So, yeah. I think quality and that's just not helped really. Captain Chubbs has just set a 19.9. Just needs to watch his fuel though. Oh, Ishmael's very low on fuel. Slightly concerned about Ishmael for fuel, I'll be honest.
Well,
Toto's got a lot more.
You say Ishmael's low on fuel. He's about level with what Pagani, Chubbs, and Tom have got.
Ross is tight. Oh my! Oh no! Oh no! Ross is very, very low. But in fairness though, he managed to get that first in I don't know how many laps. So.
Well, that's the thing. He had what looked like a pipette's worth of fuel in the car, and he did 3 laps on it.
Yeah, Captain Chubbs is still closing that gap. I don't think it's going to be enough. Oh, he's just at 19.7. Mike's just ask, has Ishmael been learning from Rom? Let's hope not, for Ishmael's sake. Let's hope not. I think Toto's going to get P5 here though. For the end of this race. He's very close, and I think Ishmael's having to save a bit of fuel here. And Toto's definitely not getting any fuel concerns. He's gaining quickly on the straight here. Slip. And maybe a bit of fuel saving as well, going on from Ishmael in front. It's very, very close here. Coming into the last corner, he's probably just going to sit behind though.
Tom's picked up a penalty. I don't think it's going to matter too much unless he compounds it and gets himself another. His fuel light has come on, as has Chubbs.
Oh, it's tight, isn't it, fuel-wise for a few of them?
There's a lot of fuel lights flashing at the moment with 2 to go.
We're going to have a bit of watching to do here in the last 2 laps. Have to keep an eye on this. Toto's very close to Ishmael, but he's not quite close enough. Captain Chubbs, 2.9 seconds. And that is going to come down with that penalty. We could have a very, very close finish here at the end between Tom and Chubbs. I think Tom might just have enough, but not by much. Can't afford any more mistakes. Ross is right on the back of Pine. The Ross is very low on fuel. Got some fuel saving to do, which is probably helping Pine keep ahead here. Got Lee, who's got Panda directly behind him as well. Aaron's on the back of his teammate as well in the battle for P12. Out front, Captain Chubbs is, because of that penalty, gained a lot. 1.6 seconds it's now down to. He's got one more lap.
Yep,
Can Chubbs do something?
Final tour.
Ishmael as well, still ahead of Toto. Is this going to stay as it is? Are we going to see any changes in the last lap? Let's keep an eye on this battle for P2. Fuel wise, Captain Chubbs has got a teeny tiny little bit more fuel. Not much, tiny amount more. It's down to 1.1, just getting to a second now. Tom is trying to drive the wheels off it under a second. This is going to be close towards the end of the lap. Witchell is 4.6 seconds that he's well clear now, and it's going to be winning this race.
It's borderline slipstream range.
Yeah, he just needs a good exit here. If he gets it, he's got it. He's in slipstream. He's in slipstream, coming towards the penultimate corner of this race. 4.7, Witchell is going to be clear here. Captain Chubbs coming towards the last corner. T. Smith has got him in his wing mirrors. It looks like he's going to have enough. Captain Chubbs trying to go deep there. He's getting a good exit. He's had a very, very good exit. We could have a very close finish here, but it looks like T. Smith is going to do it and get P2. Witchell takes another race victory. Well done to Witchell. It's going to be very tight, but T. Smith just holds on from Captain Chubbs and takes P2. Captain Chubbs is in P3. There we are. Great result for both of those. And Pagani takes away P4. And Ishmael has just held on as well from Toto behind. SBY takes P7. Then you've got Pine. Ross has managed to keep some fuel in that car, but unfortunately he's not managed to get past Pine. So Pine takes P8, Ross takes P9, Lee's taking P10. Well, didn't manage to get past him, P11. And then you've got Aaron P12. And then his teammate directly behind him in P13. Biggles has already crossed the line in P14. There we go then. Your winner is Witchell. He took pole position. Then he also took the race win. And your fastest lap is Captain Chubbs, who took a very well-deserved P3. There we go. That was exciting, wasn't it, at the end?
It was, and like we said at the start, a mix of strategies was going to make for an interesting and exciting race, and it delivered.
Yeah, it was very, very, very interesting to have the Group 2s for the first time. I really actually enjoyed having the Group 2 races. Well, that is all for our coverage this evening. We do have, obviously, more racing next week. Where are we in Group GT3? I can't actually remember where we are in GT3. Can't actually remember. I got told and I can't remember. Anyway, you got racing.
You got
can't
told
remember.
more than I did.
Yeah, I got told and I can't remember now. Anyway, we've got GT3 on Wednesday night. GT2 is sprint week for GT2 and GT1 next week. GT2 will have
We're
Daytona, yep. I will not be racing that week, and I will not be on comms next week. I think it's going to be you leading, isn't it, Si? Next week, I think. I think
me and an undecided.
Over Mike can do it. So there'll be someone else. It'll be Si leading the next week, and I'll have someone else for next week in GT1. But thank you so much for joining us. Remember again to like the stream if you've not already done it. And thank you very much for joining us this evening, and have a lovely evening.